Hey, what's going on everyone? Vega here for Serpent X Tech, and I just got a quick video for you basically announcing the actual day that one of these cheaper SSD drives died, which is whenever I made this first video, which I'm going to have linked down in the description, on the Vaseky SSDs that you could have got from Wish or Temu or Alibaba or anything like that. These cheaper drives are just that, cheaper, but the quality is not going to last this long. Well, my wife just hit me up, and finally the system gave way. So we got to, I tried to plug it into a different system, and it just would not detect. Once this thing dies, it dies good. Obviously, they didn't clean it up very well at work, but that's typical for a corporate environment or a little office. So I got the drive here, and it is the Vaseky 240 gig, which if the less capacity these drives have, the less life it's going to have, or longevity. It's only so many terabytes written, but I did a video on this drive not too terribly long ago. I would say a couple years, maybe 3 years ago, and it officially died over Thanksgiving break. So I got to try to see if I can recover any data off of this, but once these drives go, there's really no recovery. So I would not recommend using these drives for a primary, OS drive, or as your primary storage drive or anything like that, especially if you're gonna be doing a lot of gaming or have a lot of reads and writes, maybe like in a secondary storage item, for storing documents, data, pictures, stuff like that, fine. But I would always have redundancies in place, a backup of a backup, But yeah, the Vaseky SSD V800 240 gig finally gave out literally 5 days ago, from the time I created the one of the first videos on these particular drives, finding out if they were good. Now, originally I was using this for a mining operating system drive, which doesn't do a lot of reads and writes once you have it initially set up, but once you start into a normal work environment where you're having to read and write a lot of documents, maybe print things, extract things, save, and just continuous reads and writes, over time it will die out. Now obviously they could have cleaned it out a little bit better, very dusty, not the worst I've seen, and my wife knows better, but it's not her job to maintain these things. But most small businesses don't have a dedicated IT person, nor do they want to pay. But that's pretty much it. I just wanted to share with you that the Vaseky drive finally died. From the time of recording to now, I will put the actual date for how long this drive actually lasted, 240 gig. If I could extract some data in it or from it with an external connection and see what the actual hardware specs are as far as like terabytes written, I will also provide that in the description. But just wanted to give you an update on these drives. The next one is the Foghashing drive, the NVMe SSD that's in my Sun system. As soon as that one starts to get near the tail end of its life or dies, I will bring you an update on that as well. There are companies out there that test these drives in great detail and continuously read and write to it to get that final number for you, but I don't think anybody's looked at these cheaper drives that you could get off of Wish, Temu, or Alibaba. So I will have that for you. But do me a favor on the way out, hit the like button, make sure to get subscribed, hit the notification bell to stay up to date, as well as check out some of the links in the description to help support the channel and what we do here. And you have yourself a wonderful day. Take care. I'll catch you next one.